The voicemail crackled to life as I wiped the water from her screen. I hadn't meant to pry. It was a routine moment, like so many others in our daily rhythm. Dishes in one hand, her phone in the other, the counter slick with sudsy water. I only picked it up to dry it, to keep it from getting ruined. But then I heard him, his voice low. Familiar, intimate. Miss you already. He still doesn't know, right? I froze. A half-rinsed plate slipped in my hand, water pooling silently. At my feet as the kitchen fell into an unbearable silence. Her voice echoed from the living room, humming softly along to the TV. Curled up like always in the recliner, legs tucked underneath her like they hadn't worked in years. My wife, the woman I had been lifting in and out of bed, bathing, feeding, dressing, caring for every single day since the accident that shattered her spine and supposedly left her partially paralyzed. I looked down at the phone in my hand. That message, it wasn't just a slip-up. It was a blade in the back, and I had just found the hilt. Elaine, and I had met 8 years ago. She had been this magnetic force of nature, sharp-tongued, confident, beautiful, the kind of woman who pulled attention from every corner of the room and then made you feel like you were the only one who mattered. We married fast. It felt like love, intense, impossible, cinematic. Then came the crash. 5 years into the marriage, a frantic call, her voice cracking as she whispered she couldn't feel her legs. The doctors confirmed spinal trauma, partial paralysis, could be permanent, they warned. I didn't flinch. I built the ramp myself, took a leave from work, sold my car, emptied savings. Everything I had went into her recovery. Every damn thing I did was for her. There were nights I slept on the floor next to her bed when the pain kept her awake, just so she wouldn't feel alone. I bathed her, fed her, lifted her like porcelain, every single day, and I never once complained, because I thought love meant staying, even when it hurt. Now I realize love means nothing if it isn't returned. I didn't confront her that night. That was the hardest part, walking calmly back into the living room and handing her the now dry phone. Like nothing had changed. She smiled, thanked me. I nodded and walked away while something cold spread through my chest like frost. I played that voicemail in my head all night, rewound it until the words carved themselves into my bones. He still doesn't know, but I did. Not just about the affair. I recognized that voice. It wasn't some stranger, it was Mark, her physical therapist, the same guy I'd let into our home twice a week, the one who cracked jokes over coffee, the one I trusted with her care, trusted with us. I started watching more carefully. Once, her foot twitched under a blanket. Another time, she shifted her legs slightly when she thought I wasn't looking. I caught her adjusting the throw blanket with her toes, and then one night, I heard its soft footfalls on the hallway floor at 2 a.m., bare feet padding across the hardwood like a ghost that forgot it was supposed to be paralyzed. That was when love died. Not all at once, not a dramatic collapse. It died in silence, in realization. What came next wasn't rage, it was strategy. I installed cameras, small ones, hidden in air vents, behind picture frames inside a hollowed-out bookshelf. I recorded everything, her walking, her talking, her giggling on late-night calls, her dancing when she thought I was out getting groceries. I copied the footage, saved backups, moved them to encrypted drives, and then I called my lawyer. I redrafted my will, shifted all joint assets to a private trust under my sister's name, sold property she didn't even know had her name on it. Quietly, meticulously, I erased her from our shared life while continuing to play the role of the tired, devoted husband. I still changed her sheets, still bathed her, still spoon-fed her. She never suspected. I never let on, but every exaggerated flinch, every carefully timed wince, became more pathetic by the day. I saw her performance for what it truly was, a long con. 2 months later, I invited her family over under the pretense of celebrating her progress. She looked at me, confused, almost anxious. I smiled wide. She smiled back, unsure. I wheeled her into the living room, just like always. Her mother, brother, and cousins were already there, sipping wine and making small talk, tossing glances at the woman they believed had been through so much. Then I hit play. The television screen lit up, and there she was walking across the Hallway, barefoot, relaxed. Another clip played her on the phone, pacing, laughing about keeping up the act. Another her dancing in the living room, fully upright, twirling with a giddy smile on her face. The room went silent. Her mother gasped. Her brother stood so fast his glass fell to the floor. Elaine sat frozen, eyes wide, mouth slightly open. I turned to her. "I know everything," I said quietly. "The affair, the lies, the performance." She tried to speak, but couldn't. Her throat clenched around her words. I leaned down to her eye level. "You used me. You faked your condition to trap me, to make me your caretaker, your paycheck. I gave you everything, and this is what I got." She started shouting then, voice cracking, insisting she had been recovering, that she didn't want to get my hopes up too soon. Lies, all of it. She flinched as if to rise, caught herself, but too late. Everyone saw. Mark didn't show up that day. He never would again. I'd already sent the footage to his wife and to the licensing board. His career ended in days. He lost everything, his job, his license, his reputation, and Elaine. She walked into divorce court still clutching a cane like it was a lifeline. The judge pressed play. Her lawyer didn't say a word, didn't need to. She left with nothing. No house, no spousal support, not even an apology anyone could believe. People ask if I regret it, if it haunts me. No. What haunts me is the man I used to be, the one who stayed up nights icing her swollen legs, who apologized for fluffing her pillow the wrong way, who told her she was beautiful when she barely glanced in the mirror. That man is gone, burned away in the fire she lit, and I smothered him with precision. Now I sleep in peace, alone, in a house that finally feels quiet in the right way. And sometimes, when the night settles deep and the world goes still, I still hear her voicemail echo in my mind. "Miss you already." He still doesn't know, right? She was wrong. I knew. And now everyone does.